All right, so for our review, number one, it says find the value of f of x. It gives you an equation, and then it tells you what the x is. So what you're going to do is go to decimals. You're going to go ahead and put your y equals 24.2. Then instead of putting the x, we're going to go ahead and put this in our parenthesis. And then you're going to put plus 2.5. All right, so plug this into decimals so you can go ahead and get your answer. This right here is going to be the same thing. So you're going to get your negative 3.5 and put it where the x is into your decimals. So same thing to get your answer. Now here, daily cost of hiring a lawn service, y to x to work, hours, mowing the grounds of a golf course can be modeled in linear function. All right, the lawn service charges a fixed cost of 50 plus an additional cost of $30 per, so that's my keyword. So now I'm going to have y equals 30x and then plus 50. Now it says the lawn service works a maximum of 6 hours per day. For a day of work, what is the range? All right, so now remember, my domain is the x. This is the hours. All right, it says that they work a maximum of 6. So my max is 6 hours. And the minimum, guys, you can work 0 hours. That's like the minimum. And the maximum is 6 hours. So my range, which is what it's asking for, it says range, is the cost. So what I have to do, I have to find out, again, put this in decimals, go to y equals 30, and then put parentheses 0 plus 50. Okay, if I put 0 hours, and then let's say that we put 6, so you have to do it 2 times. So y equals the equation with the parentheses 0, and then again y equals the equation with the parentheses 6. You're going to type this in with these numbers, and then you're going to find out what is your range. So I can call the lawn service. They can show up. They didn't work nothing, but because they showed up, I still owe them $50. So that's the 0. Give you the first answer. If you type this into decimals with the 0, you're going to get 50. Now type it in with the 6 to see what the number is, and that's going to be your range. These numbers are the range number. All right, same thing over here. All right, you're calling the lawn service. Look for your per number. So y equals setup. And then it's asking the same thing. So you're going to have to put your y equals with the 0 in the parentheses, and then a y equals with a 5 in the parentheses. So make up your equation according to this, the way we did before. All right. And then you can get your numbers. All right, the value varies directly. All right, varies directly. This is technically, when it says varies directly, this is a middle school problem. So this is where you have your little x, y. X goes on top, y goes on the bottom. And you're going to set up a cross multiply, all right? So if x is 3.5 and you have a y of 14, varies directly, we're going to set up a proportion with the x is going to be 28, and then this is my x number. So you're going to cross multiply and divide. So just in case you haven't cross multiplied, some people call it the butterfly. You're going to multiply 14 times 28, and then you're going to divide by the 3.5 because you're going to set this up. Cross, multiply, and divide. Same thing here. When it says varies directly, it says we have 5 over 3 equals, and it says when y, so remember the y is on the bottom, x is on the top, y is on the bottom, so the x, the 5 goes first, and then the 3. And over here it says y is 15, and then this is your x, so cross multiply and divide. So this is middle school. All right, so here, when we have a straight line going to the left and right, this is a 0 slope. It's going to be y equals whatever this number is. So look for that number. But look at this one. On this side, my line is going up and down, so I have an undefined slope. So we don't use a y equals, we use x equals, and then look for this number. So whatever number that is, you're going to go ahead and plug that in. You're going to put that here, and that's your answer. Whatever this number is, put it here. Whatever this number is, put it here. Just make sure you know which direction it's going. Okay. All right, so right here it says you have a graph, f of x, and then you have that graph g of x with f of x plus 4, right? On the same coordinate grid, which statement describes shows where the f and the g are related, okay? So these are translations. This is actually what we're doing today in math here. Now when you have a plus that's inside the parentheses, right, inside, you're going to go to the opposite for left and right. So plus 4, normally you would say you go to the right. But if we're inside the parenthesis and we have a plus, it's the opposite. So inside is going to be opposite. All right. So we're going to have to go ahead and say that this is not going to the right. What is the opposite of going to the right? We're going to say it's going to the left. So we're looking for the left 4 units. All right. So the way that works, guys, whenever you have this problem and you have a number on the inside, it is the opposite for left and right. So put left and right. Opposites. And then some people are going to say, well, Mr. S, what if it's outside? Well, outside is up or down, but we don't have to worry about that. Right now, we're just looking at the inside, and that's opposite. So right here, if this is, again, this is a plus 3, it's on the inside, so we're not going to go to the right, we're going to go to the left. Right. So right here, guys, for number 11, you put this into your Desmos. Don't forget your y1 squiggly mx1 plus b. So the rate of change, this is the m. The function, write it down in y equals mx plus b form. So just get it from the Desmos. And then once you're done, then you're going to go ahead and plug it into Desmos, y equals, but it says it wants a 24 where the x is. So whatever this is, just do it again, but instead of putting the x, put a 24 so you can get your answer. So remember my point slope form, right, label this x1, y1. Point slope is y minus y1 equals my slope, parentheses, x minus x1. So you're going to put the 7, this is a minus 7, with a minus x. So these are actually, what is a negative and a negative? This is going to be a plus inside the parentheses because you have a negative number and a minus. A minus and a negative is a double negative, so that's going to be plus 7. So just write it down. My slope, it tells me the slope right here is 1/4, so you're going to put that where the m is. So y minus, and then the y number, equals, and you put your slope number, leave some space there, and then x, and then this is going to turn into a plus because you have that 7. All right, so just put everything in place where it belongs. Same thing here. So remember, look, there's your slope. This is the x1, the y1. Be careful with that negative. That double negative makes it a plus. All right. So describe the transformation to perform f of x. Okay, so in your Desmos, so you know Desmos, put y equals x in number 1. In our number 2, you're going to put y equals 4x. All right, so this is the original one. This is the first one. Number 1 is already there. But on number 2, when you put y equals 4x, put some points, whatever the points are for this one, and then graph it here. All right, and then here, let's skip the perpendicular and parallel ones for right now, guys. Let's skip those for right now. All right, this one, the y-intercept. So the y-intercept, my b number is right here. Whatever this number is, that's my y-intercept. So my y-intercept equals whatever that number is, you just put it right here. It says write an equation in point slope form. All right. So remember, for point slope form, you need your slope and you need a point. So let's get a point. Let's use this point right here. This is the point 3, 3. So that's my x1, y1. And then my slope, you're gonna have to put, so we have to use Desmos to get the slope. Okay, here's another point. So here, go to Desmos, put in 0, 2, and then put in 3, 3. Do your little y1 squiggly so you can find the m. Once you find the slope, we already have this point for the point slope form. That's what we did over here, the point slope form. So I'm going to have y minus 3 equals, you have to find out what the slope is here, and then x minus 3. So all you're looking for is this number, but you have to use Desmos. And then over here, this is the kick and divide we're going to convert. So that's your kick and divide. All right, it's asking for the slope, so the slope is the m when you do the kick and divide.